Good morning students. I am Kalai Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, KCS Kasinara College of Arts and Science. In this video, discuss about an relational model. First thing, discuss about on code rules. E.F. Code was a computer scientist who invented in the relational model for database management model. Based on the relational model, the relational database was created. The code proposed 13 rules, popularly known as Code 12 rules, to test the DBMS concept against the database model. The code rule actually defined what quality of DBMS required in order to become the relational database management system. Still now, there is hardly any commercial product that follows all 13 code rules. Even the Oracle follows only 8 and half of 8.5 out of 13. So the code 12 rules as given follows. For the first rule is rule 0. Rule 0 is the foundation rule. The rule states that for the system, the quality of the RDBMS, it must able to manage the database entirely through the relational capabilities. Rule 1, the information rule. All information, including metadata, is to be represented as the stored data in cells of tables. The rows and columns have to be strictly unordered. Rule 2, the guaranteed access rule. Each unique pieces of data, the atomic value, should be accessible by table name plus primary key or row plus attribute or column. Rule 3, systematic treatment of null. The null has several meanings. It has mean missing data, not applicable or no value. It should be handled consistently. The primary key must not be a null value. Even expressions on null must give null value. So rule 4, active online catalog. Database dictionary is a structure of description of the complete database and it must be stored online. The catalog must be covered by same rules as rest of the database. The same query language should be used on catalog is used to query language. The rule 5, a powerful and well-structured language. A well-structured language must provide all manners to access the data. For example, SQL, etc. If the database allows access the data without use of language that are violations. Rule 6, view updations rule. All view of theoretically updatable should be updatable by the system as well as. Rule 7, relational level operations. They must be insert, delete, update operations at each level of relations. Set of operations like union, intersections and minors should be supported. Rule 8, the physical data independence. A physical storage of data should not matter on the system. If say some file supporting table is renamed or moved from one disk to another, it should not efficient on the applications. So rule 9, logical data independence. If there is a change in a logical structure, I mean table structures of the database, the user view of should not change. Say if the table is split into two tables, A new view should not give the results as join of the two tables. The rule is most difficult to satisfy. The rule 10, integrity independence. The database should be able to enforce on own integrity rather than using other programs. Triggers, etc. should be stored in data dictionary. This also make RDBMS independent front end. So rule 11, the distribution independence rule. So a database should work properly regardless of distributions across a network. Even if a database is geographically distributed with data stored in pieces, the end user should get the impressions that is stored at same place. This lays the foundations of distributed database. Rule 12, a non-subversions of rules. If the low-level access is allowed to the system, it should not able to subvert the or bypass the integrity rules to change the data. This can be achieved by some sort of looking or expressions. Next thing, some basic concepts. A relational database management system is a database management system based on the relational model introduced by E.F. Code. The relational model, the data are stored in a relation in way of tables and the represented in the form of tuples. There is a rows. The RDBMS is used to manage relational database. Relational database is a collection of tables, to organize the related to each others and which form can easily accessed. So the relational database most commonly use the database of these days. The first one is what you mean by table. The relational database model, a table is a collection of data elements organized in terms of rows and columns. A table is also considered a convenient representation of relations. But the table have duplicate row of data while the two relations cannot have duplicate data. The table is most simplest form of data storage. This is for the employee table. The employee table contains employee ID, name, age and salary. This table contains 4 records. Next thing, what is tuple? A single entry of table is called a tuple or record or row. A tuple is a table represent set of related data. For example, employee table contains 4 tuples. So 4 are 4 records. This is for the single record of tuple. I mean ID is 1, name is Adam and age is 34, then salary is 30,000. Next thing, what is an attribute? A table contains several records. Each record can be broken down into several similar part of data is known as attributes. The above employee table consists 4 attributes: ID, name, age, and salary. Thank you, students.